Garp is the true hero, and he's going to be the one who ends Imu. If you admire Roger because he became the Pirate King, then Garp deserves the same level of fame, maybe even more. And there is a reason why Garp and Roger both surpassed Rocks, and why Luffy will surpass Rocks too. This also connects to why Akainu defeated Aokiji. Let me explain why Garp is the absolute peak of a character. Please subscribe to help the channel grow, and stay until the end to learn what Garp has really been up to. God Valley has finally ended, and it turned out to be one of the best flashbacks in all of One Piece. The island was destroyed, Rocks was killed, and most importantly, the people who participated in God Valley survived. The narrator even said at the end, the tremors of their legacy would continue to shake the world. One of those people was Garp. He arrived at God Valley ready to chew bubblegum and kick some ass. And what he witnessed completely changed his beliefs. Roger left God Valley and found the One Piece, starting the great age of piracy. But what did Garp do? After seeing the injustice of God Valley, after witnessing Imu, the true nature of the celestial dragons, and the tragic story of Rocks, do you really think he went back to the marine base just to eat crackers with Sengoku? Of course not. Garp has been a busy man. Even before God Valley, he was respected by both Rocks and Roger. He was a rival worthy of the strongest man in the world. They respected him not just for his strength, but for his actions and his beliefs too. Remember Rocks' line to Harold, "Garp, that guy hates people at the top. He would be better off as a pirate." If even someone like Rocks can respect a marine, especially Garp, that tells us everything. During the fight against Rocks, Roger asked Garp to leave the navy and join his crew. Garp's reply was legendary. "If I quit, who will protect the marines?" This line reveals everything about him. Garp believes in his purpose, and he won't abandon it, not even after witnessing the horror of the Five Elders and Imu. This is his way of life, no matter what. In One Piece, the entire ideology of the Marines is built on a single word: justice. Seigi in Japanese. It's written on the back of every Marine code. But here is the moral dilemma. People are different. Their justice is different. Remember Doflamingo's famous speech, "Pirates are evil, Marines are righteous." These terms have always changed throughout history. Kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values. Those who stand at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. Justice will prevail, you say? Of course it will, because whoever wins becomes justice. And that is the core problem in One Piece. Whose justice is actually true? Here are the different types of justice in the series. Absolute justice, lazy justice, moral justice, mighty justice. And according to the Vivre card, Garp's justice is called My Justice. My Justice? What does that even mean? It means exactly what it sounds like. Garp does not follow any fixed doctrine of justice. He's not like Akainu, who believes in justice at any cost. He's not like Fujitora, who follows moral justice centered on compassion. Garp's idea of justice is simple. He decides for himself, and Oda emphasizes this theme throughout One Piece. People must think for themselves and take actions accordingly. Look at Kizaru on Egghead. He hated every second of what he was forced to do. He was dragged around by Saturn, committing horrible acts until it broke him emotionally. Why? Because Kizaru follows a justice dictated by power. He does not decide anything for himself. Garp's refusal to bend and his ability to stand by his own beliefs is what makes him truly unstoppable. Yes, he has top-level haki. Yes, he trained his body to extremes, but what truly makes him powerful is his unbreakable will. Do you know why Rocks lost to Imu? Because he hesitated, because he had doubts. He resisted Imu's influence until Imu started whispering about a nation of gentle and indecisive giants and about Harold. The one person Rocks cared. He dreamed of giving Harold a certain fruit. Doing so in his mind would guarantee the victory over Imu. And what happened? Harold planned to side with the world government over Rocks. Right there, in that moment, Rocks hesitated. He doubted his dream and his plan. he doubted himself. And that moment of hesitation was enough for Imu to completely overpower him. Even Eris's line makes perfect sense here. So, you lost? You faced that thing to save us, but you were not ready yet. Meaning, if Rox had fought Imu with absolute conviction, if he had been 100% committed with no doubts, he might have survived the curse. But he wasn't, and that is where he fell. So, if people who hesitate and waver are weak, then who can actually defeat Imu? It is people like Roger, Luffy, and Garp. People who think in a straight line with zero hesitation. Luffy is the perfect example. He has complete trust in his crew. He never questions his path. He acts with total clarity. And Garp is the same. Remember his justice? That means he believes in himself 100% with no doubt. That unwavering belief is exactly why Garp is so incredibly strong. Look at the battle on Hachinosu. Garp fought against his own former student, Kuzan. Kuzan tries to imitate Garp's way of justice, copying his teacher's lifestyle, but he fails. That is why Garp yells, "Listen up, Kuzan, wavering is a sign of weakness." Then he slams him into the abyss. Kuzan is weak not because of his power, but because he doubts his decisions. This is the exact reason he lost to Akainu. Akainu's justice is absolute. No matter what happens, he will force his justice into reality. There is no hesitation in him. And interestingly, Akainu admires Garp. Garp is often compared with dog. Just look at his shape and the head. Akainu's name literally translates to red dog. His attack Inugami Guren also means red dog. Even his attack Ryusei Kazan resembles Garp's infinity explosion. There is something deeper here too. In Japanese, the phrase government dog is a long-standing insult used to mock someone who blindly obeys the state or police. And this theme appears in many anime. In Rurouni Kenshin, the Shinsengumi are constantly insulted as dogs of the government. In Fullmetal Alchemist, state alchemists are called the state's dogs. In Mobile Suit Gundam, soldiers are called Federation dogs, Zion's dogs, and so on. Oda did work as an assistant under Nobuhiro Watsuki, creator of Rurouni Kenshin. He modeled Roronoa Zoro after his teacher. It seems he based Roger's attack, Kagutsuchi, after his teacher's manga character Makoto Shishio's attack, Kagutsuchi. And furthermore, he modeled Marines after the Shinsengumi. But all of these characters across different stories have one thing in common. When injustice becomes unbearable, the government dogs always break free and rebel. It is a classic shonen narrative. This is why I believe that after God Valley, Garp betrayed the world government and secretly began forming Sword. As far as we know, the leader of Sword is X-Drake, but he's only referred to as Captain. Since Sword is a marine organization and not a pirate crew, there should logically be a ranks above him, such as Commander or Chief Director. But the entire idea of Sword is to operate independently from the government. That is why Garp never accepted a promotion and never revealed his name as a member. He wants full freedom to act without political chains. Look at Akainu today. He's stuck behind a desk, buried in paperwork, dealing with government politics. And Oda has been hyping Sword more and more. No matter how you look at it, Drake alone is not strong enough to represent the true power behind that group. Now look at this pattern. Drake infiltrated Kaido's Beast Pirates as a spy. Rosinante infiltrated Doflamingo's crew for years, feeding information to Sengoku. And it was Tsuru who was hunting Doflamingo. And Aokiji randomly running into Blackbeard on some island is far too suspicious to be coincidence. Aokiji is modeled after Yusaku Matsuda from Tantei Monogatari, a detective who goes undercover in the Yakuza. His entire aesthetic and attitude are based on a spy character. In Japanese, the word for spy is kanja, and in the Edo period, spies, undercover agents, and police informants were often referred to as dogs by Yakuza and criminal groups. The symbolism fits perfectly with Kuzan and especially Garp. Garp the dog is the real leader of Sword. But you might wonder, if Garp is part of Sword, what about Sengoku and Tsuru? Well, I believe they are involved as well. When Garp went to Hachinosu to rescue Kobe, Hina mentioned that he took Sword with him. From that line alone, we can understand that Hina, Tsuru and Sengoku all know what Sword is and who its members are. But Garp did not consult with any of them before taking this action, and that detail is extremely important. It shows exactly what Sword represents. They act independently. They do not operate under marine orders, and they do not need to report everything to each other. When Sengoku is speaking with Rosinante, he gets angry at Garp and yells at him to leave. Why? Because Rosinante was his informant. When Garp heard news about the Dark King, he hid the information from Sengoku and everyone else. He even ordered the Marines not to tell anybody about it. Even among the highest officers, information is divided and hidden. And even though Kuzan and Kobe are most likely both Sword members, Kuzan had no idea that Kobe was one of them. Kizaru, despite being a Marine Admiral, did not know that Drake was a Sword member and treated him just like any other pirate. From all of this, there is only one logical conclusion. Sword is divided into separate cells, so no one can know the full list of members. It is a true secret organization. If the identities of all its members or all the real leaders were ever revealed, they could be punished, executed, or erased by the CP agents, because obviously the world government would never tolerate an independent faction working from inside the Marines. During the God Valley incident, Garp and Sengoku finally realized how corrupted the world government truly was. Did you know about this crap? I think I recall someone alluding to it in a vague, rumbling report once. The guy vanished from the Navy sometime afterward. This tells us everything. The government has no problem eliminating anyone who digs too deep. But what if there is a secret marine organization with multiple key figures and no single leader? An organization where every member can act independently. In that case, even if the world government kills Garp or Sengoku, the idea and mission continue through others. That is exactly what Sengoku, Garp, and likely Tsuru created. A group that cannot be controlled or stopped by the world government. Because what they saw on God Valley was a horrifying truth. One of the 5 elders, the highest authority in the world, slaughtering marines and pirates indiscriminately. Oda has been building this up for years. He even drew Kobe and Aokiji together among the characters who will play key roles in the final war for One Piece. When that war begins, Sword will absolutely betray the world government. There is no doubt, and the man who instigated all this is none other than Monkey D. Garp. As for why Imu and the 5 elders tolerated the existence of Monkey D. Garp, and even his son Dragon, despite both being members of the D clan, I will talk about that next week. Quick spoiler, it connects directly to Imu. Let me know if you agree with this theory, and tell me who you think the remaining Sword members are. Kuzan is almost guaranteed, but what about the others? Please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching until the end.